So OTM, so of the moment.
So, at the moment, we are going to be talking of the moment, the do's, the don'ts, and dispelling fashion myths. We are joined in the studio by a fashionista, a stylist, a blogger, a fashion writer. She's written for magazines like Grazia, Tatler, and the Sunday Times. It's Angela Scanlon, everyone!
Hello!
How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm all right. Thanks for our coffee.
You're welcome. Thanks for the Tic Tacs.
Oh, did you get a Tic Tac? All right, special
Tasty.
one. Only special people get Tic Tacs from Julie.
Thanks, Julie.
We were so excited about the prospect of real coffee because the coffee downstairs ain't all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You know what I get a little bit frustrated about with takeaway coffee is, I mean, I'm kind of into cappuccinos at the moment. You got a mocha. Is that like frothiness in there?
There's not that much frothy in it. It's just like half hot chocolate and then half coffee because I've already had like another coffee this morning. I don't want to be cray-cray.
But the frothy milk always gets stuck in the takeaway cup, and that's where you get it. And then there's half a cup of frothy milk just wasted and lurking in the bottom of a... Yeah, it's kind of
Listen to us just having a rant on the radio when it's all about fashion and things. So what have you been up to recently? And then we can start talking about the hardcore nitty-gritty.
The nitty-gritty. So recently, which actually got me onto this whole notion of fashion myth, I have just finished... doing a documentary for RT2 in Ireland called Oi Ginger, which is about redheads. And I mean, it's kind of exploring gingerism as the last remaining acceptable prejudice. But within the context of that, we kind of looked at all of the notions, the myths surrounding redheads in general, and then the fashion myths that kind of come off the back of it. And I really loved doing it because obviously a lot of what I've done to date has been fashion stuff. And I mean, I'm a big fan of your doc that you did on clear skin and all of that kind of stuff. And I think it's really nice to be able to kind of dip into something that's a little bit meatier and
absolutely, I think
a bit of heart.
Learning something and speaking to people is just always good, really, isn't it? It's never bad with it, whatever you're into it or associated with predominantly. Was there anything like really weird that you found out about being a redhead, or were you surprised by anyone's reaction to it? Is it a real prejudice?
I mean, I think it kind of is in ways. I mean, it started for me. I was at a party one night and a woman came up to me and she said, "Oh, you've got really nice hair." And I said, "Thank you," because my mum has been paying people to say that to me for most of my life. And she said, "How do you find it?" And I was like it was an illness or something. And I said, I mean, apart from on my head, it's okay, you know. And she said, "I have two daughters, one of whom is a redhead. She's 11 years of age and has just been dumped by her boyfriend who said, 'Sorry, it's over. You're not sexy because you have red hair.'"
Oh my God.
And I just thought, on the brink of adolescence, with all of the things and the baggage that comes with that, the idea of reinforcing this kind of notion that she's even more different, I suppose, and less attractive as a result.
Unblooming believable.
I know.
I think redheads are well sexy, so maybe I'm kind of like more swinging towards like they're sexier.
Well, this is the thing, because and through the course of the documentary, we did find that there was, because it's kind of fetishized in a way. Either you're like, "Oh my God, I'd never go near a ginger," or "I'd never date a redhead," or else "I love redheads," purely for the fact that they have red hair rather than what's behind it.
Okay.
So it's kind of funny. It was really interesting, but we're not going to be extinct.
Okay, this is good. This is good. Keep going, Angela. Procreate.
And actually, one of the funny facts is, if a redhead woman and man procreate, they cannot produce anything other than a ginger baby.
That's so good.
Isn't it?
FYI, people.
Keep the race
you
alive,
thought you came
baby.
for fashion, but oh no, Angela's more than that, honeys. So let's talk about fashion myths then.
Yes.
Come on.
Right,
What's a guan?
So, I love that whistle because I can't do it myself. Redheads can wear red, pink, orange, mustard and everything all at once if they want. Black and navy is a favourite of mine because it's supposedly something that you shouldn't do.
So you can do it together?
Absolutely. And I mean, a lot of designers have actually purposely put it together, and it's really quite chic and it's a bit lovely. I mean,
so
how
do you do that? Do you do like a navy top and black trousers, or
yes, or you can do? I mean, a lot of designers have done black and navy together. So you have, you know, a navy coat with black sleeves, or like a navy dress with a black ruffle or whatever. So they can be on the same garment, black and navy printed together. But don't be afraid of that.
Okay.
Suede in summer was one that I really hated because I love suede boots, and the idea that you can't wear them in summer is a little bit nonsensical to me. And double denim. I put a picture on my Twitter last night of Justin Timberlake.
I loved it. It's one of my favourite looks of all time.
I know, and everyone was like, that dress inspired my, my prom dress.
Yeah.
Like really, I wore a denim corset to my Debs, as it's called, and I think double denim is kind of deadly. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I would go quite so far, and they really took double denim to another level.
You have to find this picture. It's on Angela's Instagram. Are you just Angela Scanlon?
Angela Scanlon, yeah. It's on my Twitter as well.
It's really good.
It's old school.
Old school, like those that were born in the 80s. like myself and Angela probably will remember it. It's like Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears in matching double denim, like triple squillion denim.
And they were like love's young dream then,
they looked amazing.
Yeah.
So we're all for it, yeah?
Totally all for it. I mean, yeah, I think double denim, you can do it. That is probably not your reference point. But you can do double denim. It is quite cool. And mixing gold and silver, I think, is a bit weird to tell people not to do that, because obviously people do that all the time. I love the mixing of jewellery. And then clashing prints, which was something that you weren't supposed to do before, which is now absolutely an intentional kind of trend.
Mix it all up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from the same school of thought, I guess, in terms of fashion as you are. So it is kind of about having fun, and a lot of these myths that were kind of passed down to us from other generations, or from your mum saying you shouldn't do this, they're kind of redundant now, I think, and a lot of them seem very old-fashioned.
I like it. Dispel. We can do whatever we want. I'm going to play the Azonto, and then I want to get some questions from all of you guys, digest all this information. Finally, you can wear gold and silver. I'm into that because I am a magpie. And you can hear, in fact, you're wearing like all sorts of rose gold, silver. She's jangling on the radio.
Yeah.
03700 100 100 is our phone number. Give us a call. Angela knows what she's talking about. She can give you any advice that you need. Or you can text us 81199 for our OTM today. Boys, girls, aliens, get in touch. Danny Harrison has just sent us a text saying tie-dye or dip dye. So I'm guessing he means tops. I might be wrong, but in terms of gentlemen's clothing, which one would you go for?
I mean, I would not be inclined to encourage either for gentlemen.
Okay.
But dip dye, if you're going that way. Yeah, I think it's probably the best of a bad lot. Tie-dye is a bit, I mean, it can be fun, but it's more fancy dress than real life.
Really?
I think so.
I like tie-dye.
But for a bloke, I mean, he's hardly going to rock his...
I'd love a guy in a tie-dye t-shirt.
Well, you know how to turn Gemma's head, baby.
Danny, stick with the dip dye. I definitely think that Angela knows what she's talking about more. If you just turn on the radio, this is a little thing that we do every single Saturday, where we just kind of give you a little bit of advice with a different fashion or style or hair and makeup expert as to what you might want to buy on your shopping trip this afternoon. Beatrice in Wigan says, how can I style a tartan crop top for a party? Please help.
Well, tartan is a big deal at the moment. So, yeah, good work there. Crop top, I think it's important really when you're going for something cropped. It's proportions. It's about kind of balancing things out. You don't want to do the whole Miley Cyrus vibe. So it's making sure that on the bottom, like I would love tartan crop top with boyfriend jeans, kind of slung low, bit of a 90s kind of feel to it, and it's just about kind of keeping that balance, and then an amazing pair of shoes. So I would say if you're going crop top, getting the skin out, then cool boyfriend jeans just to keep it a bit more laid back.
I think that would look really nice. Really nice indeed. Izzy in Hertfordshire says, I've got a Halloween party coming up and I was thinking of an Audrey Hepburn 1950s look. What should I buy to create this?
The one thing you need to buy is a full skirt. So either go for something quite neat, like a little ballerina kind of leotard up top, and then a great full skirt. So whether it's from a vintage store or a charity shop, I mean, there's lots of kind of 50s stylings in all the high street stores as well. So there's tons of stuff to choose from. And then I think with Audrey, it's really about the grooming, isn't it? So it's really perfect kind of polished makeup, a little flick of eyeliner on the eyes, and then a kind of beehive vibe, I think. So it's kind of making sure that you're referencing that era everywhere, not just in the clothing that you're wearing. Or if you don't want to go out and spend money on a costume, you can do a little pair of cropped pants and flats and go with a gorgeous white shirt. So it's very kind of simple Audrey Hepburn, but maybe not as much fun for a fancy dress
Full
party.
skirt is a great thing to dance in as well. Just
Isn't it?
spin and spin and spin until you fall over. That's what I pretty much do at most parties, with or without a full skirt. Alex in Northern Ireland says, I'm ginger. What colour should I stick to and what colour should I stay away from? And when is the documentary on?
Documentary is on the 24th of October in Ireland, and then will be online. So watch it. And in terms of colouring, I think you can pretty much wear whatever you want, and this is the idea. I mean, when I was growing up, don't wear pink, don't wear red, orange, mustard, and those are all my favourite colours. So I don't know whether I just have a really rebellious streak and I'm like, don't tell me what to wear. I never really liked the green and the blues because I thought it looked a little over the top in the old Celtic stakes. So I think, go for, I think those kind of warm autumnal tones work really, really well. So don't be afraid of a shocking hot pink or a rust or
so you can do
yellow.
it, just go for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, you've been a breath of fresh air as always, Angela. We can find you on Twitter, right?
Yes, at Angela Scanlon. And I think I'm going to be joining you guys on Facebook. So, make sure to hit me up with some questions.
Defo Angela is going to be on the Facebook and the Twitter right now answering all of your questions. If you didn't get it answered on the radio, why not get it answered personally online at BBC R1 or just find us, Radio 1 Facebook.